Just look at it. A magnificent morning and a delightful day to talk about a brand new game announcement. Hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and this one's coming soon. But is it a base builder, an open world survival crafting game, or perhaps it's a city builder that we can all deep dive into and enjoy? Well, regardless, whatever you're looking at is certainly beautiful, but it's a different kind of beauty. The beautiful sounds of a tiger tank. Hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome to our first look at Call to Arms Panzer Elite, a game coming sometime soon to Steam that will allow us to do 5v5 online battles, PvP, PvE, and campaign, and like multiplayer type combat. I have no idea. I'm looking at the Steam store page for this one where they say lead a platoon of World War II tanks in this immersive TPP and FPP game, engage in realistic tactical combat across historic battlefields, and play through the campaign or challenge yourself in skirmish mode as either the Germans or U.S. forces. Now, this one does seem to be releasing into early access soon, but soon could be anywhere from a couple of months to maybe even a year. And all of the things that I see here on their Steam store page that are gifs of showing the different landscapes do look gorgeous, and it also seems to play a little bit like maybe War Thunder or World of Tanks, or maybe even the lesser-known Armored Warfare. Now, Digital Mindsoft is a developer that has worked on plenty of like World War II games, ones that are near and dear to my heart, and many of you have loved, including, of course, Call to Arms, Gates of Hell, Ostfront, one that might be familiar if you've been watching the channel recently for the Liberation DLC or the Jubilee DLCs as well, celebrating a few years of them making these types of games. Now, they're very skilled at making RTS games, but how would they do in a game such as this? A little bit more of an in-depth look here at their Steam store page does reveal that there'll be 5-player PvE campaign story missions that are also playable in single player, or also of course co-op with the 5 players. Then there's also 9 PvP and PvE missions that will come along that will allow you, I guess, as one team and the other to fight against each other, but then also do so with enemies of the AI control. Now, it also is something that I really hope that will play out like maybe games such as Squad 1944, Hell Let Loose. I don't imagine the interior of these tanks being modeled, but man, I would love to see another World War II tank, or even a modern tank game coming around, which I believe Microprose is working on a few. The name escapes me for now, but there is going to be 20 different playable vehicles, 10 historically accurate tanks, and armored vehicles for each faction. And as you see here, there's AT guns for the Americans and MG34s for the Germans, which does imply that there'll be a little bit more than just tank combat. Perhaps we'll be able to take command of an AT gun or machine guns as troops and supplies and things move around the battlefield. Who knows what our missions may be, but I'm always open to more World War II stuff, especially if it tries to mix things up away from the RTS format. Now, right now, I think for World War II, the best stuff we've got is Steel Division 2, Company of Heroes 3, and then also Call to Arms. And there's quite a few other ones out there, but these seem to be the ones that most people are familiar with there being a lot more that you can jump down into a rabbit hole for. Hearts of Iron is a little different, but still has the same concept of, you know, supplying your troops and moving forward, just in a different way. And I'm also looking here that they're using a little bit of AI here, but hold on, it's not even that bad. It looks like they're using ChatGPT to check and see if their German is grammatically correct. These are German developers being funded by the Federal Ministry for Economic Affairs and Energy, and so I would imagine also that this developer is for the most part in Germany and German, although they have to write lines for English, probably for the Germans to speak, and then also, of course, for the American troops to speak as well, to try to appeal to the most amount of players. But what I've seen here definitely looks appealing to me, and I can't wait to play it. And I have played a few games here on the channel that have been kind of lesser funded Polish games, like Playway quality, where they definitely try to make an attempt. But games, for example, Tank Commander, have disappeared from here. I think it's Sherman Commander. It looked like Fury. And some of these games kind of look great, get these wonderful CGI trailers, and then vanish. But this is one that absolutely shows a in-game, like kind of a in-engine cutscene. Now, some of these things might be CGI and might be not actually from the game, but from what I've seen from all of the Call to Arms and the Men of War, this is probably how it's going to look, and it looks great. I'll put some other images up on the screen as well, where it's showing a little bit of realistic damage and positions being pushed, and it absolutely looks something like War Thunder. But I'm glad it's not coming out right after War Thunder is super popular, but something that just seems to be a fun spin-off. I don't think this is going to be the main next step in Call to Arms. In fact, I think we're probably going to see, and many of you have confirmed that we might see the British for Call to Arms, and then that also leads the door wide open for the U.S. Marine Corps and possibly Japan in Call to Arms, as we did see in Meta-War Assault Squad. That would, I think, complete that package and would make it really, really cool. But in the meantime, them experimenting with different things is great. And I think Microprose and Digital Mindsoft and a few other devs and publishers are doing a great job of trying to bring a variety of World War II stuff that is not necessarily, like, for example, the typical first-person shooter. Now, Hell Let Loose and Squad 44 are excellent. They do a great job of really bringing in a lot of immersive combat, and also the supplies to the front lines and supplying artillery and getting behind enemy lines with snipers. And I love to see that. And I think it's a really good thing that you can also deploy into more modern games such as Broken Arrow that came out recently. But I'm also excited to see anything for Warfare that just kind of gets away from the whole Call of Duty Battlefield scene. I think those games are well done, but overdone, and it's nice to see some different things coming around. Now, also, Steam for me is saying that this is similar to Mount and Blade Bannerlord, so I'm also wondering if that's going to have like some sort of a campaign that's dynamic, where instead of it just being one battle here and one battle there, if there'll be a campaign where you can fight for Normandy or parts of Germany in 1944, and actually, like, I don't know, push all the way to Berlin by the end of 1944, depending on how the combat goes. But it's certainly one to keep on your radar, and is one that I also forgot to put up when I mentioned recently that we were playing the Call to Arms Jubilee DLC. I made mention of it, and they announced it to me, and I think this came out maybe about less than 10 days ago or so. But looks like a lot of people are excited, and it's one that I absolutely want to get my hands on, although I don't know when it'll be. I have no news on when, but I do think it's very polished, and we might be seeing some background beta testers working on it right now, or they're doing some polish before they maybe announce a demo or some sort of a play test before it's available for purchase. But I would say that this is likely to be something that's going to be $29 to $39 on Steam, and also goes along well with their other game, Call to Arms Gates of Hell Ostfront. I know I've mentioned that a ton of times, but I've got to tell you folks, Meta-War Assault Squad 2, Call to Arms Gates of Hell Ostfront, Call to Arms, and probably World in Conflict are some of the greatest games that I played on Steam, where I've just had a ton of fun either playing the campaign that was laid out for me or downloading mods from the modding community. And I do also hope to see this one moddable by the really insane community for Meta-War Assault Squad and everything adjacent to that, and Call to Arms is no exception. So really cool to see the community making missions and making a really great experience for anybody who has paid, I don't know, 20, 30 bucks on a Steam sale and has almost endless amounts of content. So hopefully this one creates a little bit more of an immersive armored focus battle, and has a lot more tighter battles with minimal players. This is certainly one I think I'll enjoy playing for a few weeks with friends until there's more content after the early access period. So let me know what you think about Call to Arms Panzer Elite down below in the comments section. Is this a game that immediately you want to know more about? Is this one that you'll pass on? Do you not like the whole FPP and TPP type perspectives in combat, or are you good with just War Thunder or World of Tanks? I don't know. It's an interesting time to bring this one up, though, that's for sure. So yeah, in addition to what they say here for some of their Steam tags, it says it's cinematic, atmospheric, there's a lot of destruction, driving, so it looks like a quote-unquote simulator as best as they can, and those are some of the tags there, so you determine it for yourself. All right, everyone, well, thanks again for watching today's video. Definitely make sure you sub to the channel and hit that like button so more people can find this video and get more World War II games in their libraries and or on their radars for if and when they come out. It's already on Steam, so I'll drop the link down below in the description, so add it to your wish list today if you want to get it. And I will always support these types of games, and I always want to bring them up because I've truly loved these ever since the first time that I played Meta-War. And Meta-War, I think was it Black Sea or Black Tide or Red Tide or whatever the hell the Marine one was from the Black Sea. So yeah, anyway, that's my time for today. Thank you again for watching, and I hope you're all well, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care, and goodbye.